Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. We're back here, and it's very exciting because it is the start of season 3 of our ongoing traveller adventure, The Boys from the Baltic Star. They're not all boys. It takes a long time to explain, but it kind of works in our heads anyway. I'm very upset because Teams has updated, which means I'm really tiny and I'm the most important person. And here I am with two big lugs above me in huge 3D vision. Look at them all, their beautiful faces taking up most of the screen. And I'm slamming it down here. But at least I'm down here with Rose's cat. So things could be worse. If it's your first time to this channel, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for trying us out. We're going to run 2.5 hours this evening. There'll be a little break in the middle. So please feel free to stay for as long or short as you want. If it's not to your taste, that's absolutely cool. We do play Mongoose 2nd Edition Traveller, which is a science fiction game based on the original Traveller by the beloved Mark Miller. We play it in our own way, like everyone plays their games in their own way, and we hope that some of you may enjoy that. If you don't, then that's cool, but thank you for giving us a go. If you want to chat, please feel free to chat. We may have some locals popping in. Because I've got that pub in my mind, Ewan, because I was talking about
Yes.
being
Drag
like,
your brain out of the pub.
trying to be like Cheers. I'm trying to make this place like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. We say hello to Norm every time he's in. Yeah, Norm will be due. But if you pop in, please feel free to chat if you want. We are a stream that interacts with chatters, and to the detriment of the game often. Ben will be mid-flow with something, and I'll just cut straight across him because someone's turned up that I quite like. But please feel free to chat. Or please feel free to lurk. Lurking is absolutely fine. Of course, we love you both equally. There's a red sun there. If you want to click on the red sun, there is stuff you can spend your points on. So, of course, in Twitch, the longer you spend somewhere, the more points you accrue. I believe it's more if you subscribe. I think it doubles in amount or speed. But there's loads of stuff you can spend it on. Anything that's sort of pinky red makes a sound when it happens. Some things have pop-ups on screen. Some things will affect the game. So, for example, boon to be wild will give myself or you a boon. You can say which character you want the boon to go to, and that works really well. A minute of wisdom makes everything stop for a minute while one of us talks about something for a minute of your choice. Clonk means that one of the characters immediately has to punch or hit something or someone nearby. Stefan Sneaky Masterclass means he has to rub something off someone. Have a click through, see what you like the look of. But there's lots of options there, and we hope you enjoy it. There's one thing we always keep as one single credit, and that is I'll drink to that. So if someone says something you agree with, or a toast is made, is a stream where drinking sometimes happens, you can drink to that for a single credit. We like to keep that cheap so everyone can be involved. That's it on the Red Sun stuff. If you don't already, consider following us on @BoysBaltic on Twitter. That's what it's called. Boys from the Baltic Star on Instagram. We post things from time to time. Otherwise, just hang, man. We've got a Discord somewhere, but I don't know if the link works. Does the link work, Ewan? I don't know.
I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, so it will work.
Socks is our Discord nerd, and she's not in at the minute. So without her, it all falls to pieces. But we'll do what we can. If you've been in for the last season, you may notice things look a bit different. That's partly because Teams forced our hand, because my team's finally updated, which has pushed us to the right-hand side. Rook and Rasp, 17 months. I've got an envelope with some stickers in for you, actually. I do need to send it. I just need to get into town to do that. How you doing? You doing well? 17 months. That is tell you what, people spend less time in prison for doing crimes. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, and I hope things are good with you. We had a wonderful time. Rook and Rasp is a channel that we're friendly with, and John from Rook and Rasp came in a couple of weeks ago to run his new Gutterpunk game, which was amazing. It's a bit punk, a bit magic, and it's just a really sort of story-based, role-play-based, which we really enjoyed. It's worth checking out on our old videos, or check out Rook and Rasp on their Discord or on their Twitter and their Twitch for really cool games. You live in the dream. I love it. I think so. Oh, yes. So season 3, everything looks a bit different. Don't get too concerned. The important stuff's still there. Basically, Ben and Ewan's heads are still there. Everything else is just extra. The characters are still there, but they're now posters with the post-its, so you can keep track of who people are. The lovely graphics are now a revolving poster. And we've added the NPC. It's quite small, but it gives you a vibe of who we've got on the crew. So hopefully that'll give you an idea and help you feel more part of it. All the things we love are on our screen, and it might update as the season goes on if we find wonderful things. Right, enough of my nonsense. Let's do our introductions. My name is Luke. I'm in the bottom right-hand corner. Hello, I'm the little one down here. I've got a cup of tea to hand and joy in my heart, and it's a pleasure to be here. I play, if you're looking at the posters, we're going through Ewan's characters now. Gamers Ledge! Oh, to Greyhill, hang on. Ledge, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining us. To Greyhill indeed. I haven't bought the wine yet, so it'll have to be a tea Greyhill. How you doing, well, man? I really, we always appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. I hope things are going well with you on your channel and on the wrestling. Tony Storm going heel is very good for business, by the way. I've seen her live. She's excellent. Anyway, yes, so I play Kara and Soraya. Kara is our resident artist, carouser, trader, hacker. And Soraya is our jack of all trades, engineer, socially awkward, big drinker, gets things sorted more by luck than judgment. I'm only 2 of 4 main members of our crew, though. And if we bounce past this character in the middle and we go straight to the top, I wish my arm could pass through and point underneath, but it can't.
That tickles.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. It is my brother from another mother. It is the housewife's favourite. Again, the amount of fan mail we get for this man is exhausting. Every Monday I log on before work and literally 70 or 80 messages about Ewan. All from women aged between 45 to 55. And you're very popular. That's your demographic, Ewan. I hope you appreciate it. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Luke. I very much do appreciate it. 70 or 80 sounds like a very rounded number, though. I'm not sure I entirely believe it's true. You know, if you want people to believe things, you need to make it an odd number. Was it Everest? I think it was Everest, where somebody measured the height of it and had to add an extra foot on top because it came out to be a very round number the way that they calculated it.
Oh,
anyway.
Of course it's 69. Nice. Of course it is, Eric. Yes,
there we go. That's much more believable than just saying, "Oh yeah, 70 letters."
70 letters. I've rounded it up just for the common viewer. It's late. Everyone's tired.
I know this, Luke, but you know, for everyone else. But no, I'm good, thanks. After that,
it wasn't in the 45 to 55-year-old demographic. It was 46 to 54. There we go. Does that make it feel more realistic as well?
No.
So I know you're doing well because we were drinking together earlier. People may be able to tell. Who are your characters? What's going on?
Oh, that's a good point. I play 2 characters. I play Agnar Arnson, our former General Varga, military tactician and medical man, and I also play Stefan Miller, who is a sneaky masterclass steal something space rogue.
He is. He's a wonderful man, but are you not afraid that he peaked in his teens?
Well, I'm not, but Stefan is. Stefan is very worried that his early on character development involved stealing a naval ship, I believe, and nothing he's ever done since has quite lived up to that. Call it a chip, call it a worry, call it what you will.
I think he's done some cool stuff though. He nicked some stuff from someone's pocket the other week. That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. He put a bug inside the Pope.
Yeah.
After you misspoke and said said in instead of
Instead of on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey.
peak. Oh, yeah, the Quarry. That's what I was going to mention, Ben, as well. The Quarry. We're enjoying that. So Ewan is my partner in crime, and he completes me. What's that film from? You Complete Me. But the man who gets in our way with all his all Ewan and I would do is chat and shenanigan and have a wonderful time. But there's a man that gets in our way and forcefully keeps us on the straight and narrow as much as we fight against it. He gives us no leeway, no creativity. He's a hard taskmaster. But he is the smartest man in any room. He lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, as you can see. Very big now because you're so big in the screen.
Yes.
And he's
Yes, I feel like there's actually a lot more room here. It's weird.
it is. You look very good for it. And is a man who, since late last year, has taken on the job as the milk tray man. The man who breaks into the bedrooms of women all around the UK since the 70s.
You're going to get me into a lot of trouble.
All because
With
the
consent.
lady loves milk tray.
Always.
We get fan mails for you, and I get police letters for you.
Restraining orders.
Leaving chocolates on their bedside table. This is an old advert from the 70s. It is the man with the sexiest voice in town. It's Ewan. Good evening, Ewan, and how are you? Ben, sorry. Grief.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Luke.
Good. But I'm trying to ignore him.
I'm
do
sure
well,
we've done
man.
this bit already.
It's hard
I know.
to believe, but
Who do you
Luke
play? Who
did
do you
have
play,
a few
Ewan?
beers earlier.
Who did you play? It's Ben. Sorry, everyone. It's Ben.
I'm
All right.
okay, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I had a couple of beers myself, but not quite as many.
I don't have that many. I'm just tired. That's my fault.
Shows.
Who do you play in this game, Ben? List them all. I'll get you back.
I play everybody who isn't a player character, so all of the NPCs.
And you play
I'm not going to list them all because we're 77 episodes now into our campaign streaming, and there were episodes before we started streaming, and truthfully, there have been hundreds of NPCs.
But 40% of them are on Cotswolds.
A significant proportion of on Cotswolds, yeah.
So anyway, we're at season 3, Ben. I'm excited. Ewan's very excited. He wanted to run back home, and I had to slow him down a little bit. We're just very keen. So
to be fair, it's Arctic weather, and he was wearing shorts. I think running may have been a survival tactic.
It's very true.
Well, I was promised a backy by Luke.
Oh, that's true.
Never materialised.
I would have done it. You didn't remind me. Oh, I forget these things. You've got to earn those things. Next time. It was downhill on the way back as well. Much better. Okay, go on then, Ben. Get us started. Let's see what's happening this evening as we re-enter Traveller.
Well, season 3, episode 1.
Oh.
Wow. Our heroes have finished their little excursion to Dillabrew. They took a round trip on a buckyball liner, solving a murder mystery on the way out and thwarting a cult of psionic reprogrammers on the return journey. While enjoying the delights of the subsector capital, they defeated a band of violent criminals, solved a problem for a local businessman, set up their own business, helped a friend take ownership of his dilapidated property, purchased a building, signed on for a mortgage, shut down an evil and exploitative trafficking network, killed a few people, got one of the party bitten by a sand crate, and had a fresh encounter with Moamps, which they remembered fondly from their last visit. Additionally, they opened up the amazing Priory of Panunzio to visitors once more, helped a corporation to keep its secrets secret, purchased a second-hand G-carrier, found every possible use of an EMP grenade, and made some unexpected friends. Before we drew the curtain on the last season, the travellers had managed to rescue a young girl, Leah Hivia, with the help of a Zodani ally, or possibly not actually an ally, but probably not literally an enemy, mostly. This amazing feat was accomplished in the middle of a giant snowball fight, during a scheduled snowfall, on a ski slope, on a spaceship, while having brunch. One of my absolute favourite role-playing moments ever. That might be the most Baltic Star moment we've ever had, in fact. So, on to the next chapter. In the outskirts of the Giikur system, there is suddenly a large spaceship. Roughly in the shape of a buckyball ball, the Seamstress is a very large vessel. It's travelling fast, falling down the gravity well towards Giikur, and for the moment there's no attempt to slow it down. Far from it. The planet ahead is almost pure blue in colour. The thick but clear atmosphere makes the surface seem to glow against the black background of space. Luckily, for those people eager to see their destination, the alignment of the world means more than half of it is illuminated from the angle where the seamstress plummets onward. As the world grows bigger, it will be possible to make out a few tiny dots of land in a rough band around the equator, but they are tiny indeed. Most important among them is the island that contains the capital city of Selville, built on 7 mountain tops. Away from the city, but on that same island, is Earth Park, one of the most important tourist attractions in the region. In orbit around the world is a huge naval base, which also serves as a shipyard for friendly vessels. In that yard, moored safely, is a modified, subsidized liner, just finishing the soak test from a recent upgrade. She is named the Baltic Star, and more will be heard of her in due course. At Giikur, there is more sport to enjoy, of course. The famous Pelago race is soon to begin. There may also be something of interest on a forbidden island called Herrenhau. No doubt there will be time for brunch. Mere minutes after the transition back to normal, we might say Newtonian flight, a small shuttle flies from it. March Temple, bearing the precious cargo of young Leahivia, has already set off to make her rendezvous with people who can take the girl out of the reach of imperial officialdom. The travellers are packing their belongings, something that takes a few seconds for Zoe and a few hours for Kat. And that is where we resume the story.
Kara will come bundling out the room and desperately look for Agnar. Anyone seen Agnar? Agnar. Anyone? Agnar? Where's he gone? Man. Agnar. Where is he? I haven't seen him for ages. He went off drinking last night and he never come. Agnar, where are you?
You hear a call from out of Agnar's room. The door's open. I'm in here packing.
Kara would like to spring at him and attempt like a diving rugby tackle at his core to try and knock him onto the bed with excitement, please, Ben.
Okay. Can you make a quick dex check for me, please, with athletics dexterity?
I can. All the zeros. Oh, it's poor. It's 5. It's not a good start.
Oh, it's a clean miss. In the excitement, no serious contact made. Agnar watches as you plant face first onto the bed.
She tries to style it out and she sort of slides onto it with the old hand under the arm and the elbow out and sort of the knee up.
You're not going to style it out on a 5. On a 5, you're gonna get tangled in the bedspread,
Yeah,
try and
that's what I
pick yourself back up, and then because you're tangled in it, immediately fall flat on your face again.
I like the
Agnar!
commitment to the cause. There.
Help me out! Agnar has attacked me. Help me out!
Oh, he'll offer a hand up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look, I'm trying to pack, and he's folding items of clothing rather neatly and putting everything into a duffel bag.
How can you be so calm? And she reaches in and starts pulling out his clothes again and making them a bit messy.
What's it? Why are you so excited?
It's the morning. We're going back on Giikur today. How can you not be excited? The most magical place we've ever been to.
Don't remind me.
There's
the
Cascade.
We just need to get on to Giikur.
We
need to leave as soon as possible.
There's the fancy shopping districts. There's that Western bar. You remember that where we started a scuffle? There's Earth Park. Oh, I guess there's not Earth Park anymore after you've got your lifetime ban. I'm sorry to bring that up.
As you mentioned, the Western bar, he starts getting a little sly grin. I did like the Western bar.
It's good.
But still, Earth Park ruined it all.
Well, now we're friends with the cult. Put in a good word with the Pope. They might let us back in. They own it, remember?
a good word based on the fact that Stefan shoved food down his throat. I jumped on him on the ski slopes, or that we lost their newest member.
Oh, they still like Johnny,
Which
right?
part? Which part of a good word should we put in?
I did wonder why they've been very quiet when you've been trying to speak to them the last few days. It's disappointing.
Well, we were just hired. We were hired as security, and we did a job. I wouldn't necessarily say it was the one that we were hired to do.
I barely did anything.
Mm,
I wasn't there for
that's
the
true.
first two things. I was sleeping. I slept through most of it. Anyway, I'm glad to see the end of the seamstress. I feel like we spent a lot of time here the last few weeks, and it'll be nice to breathe the air again. I'm so excited. What are you most excited for about Giikur, Ragnar?
There's a lot. There is a lot to be excited for. I don't want to admit it, but I would like to go back to the bar,
Oh, the Cascade.
the restaurant.
Well, the Western Bar.
Yeah,
It
the one.
was a good place. It was a good place. The Trails End.
Trails End.
The Trails End. Yeah, that was good. That was good
It
times.
seems fitting at the end of,
A trail.
trail that we've just been on. Maybe not, but it was it's good food.
Wow.
Maybe not, but it was average, and it had a theme.
The scum and villainy theme. It's a strong theme. Have you spoken to Freya? She hasn't shut up about those about needing to go to this stupid Heronhall Island. Has she been nattering in your ear as well? She was well buzzing.
Nothing useful, but she seems equally as excited as you are.
Oh, yeah, for different things though. Her and Sammy won't shut up. They're like comparing their little hammers and things. That's what they've been doing yesterday. They're talking about all these rock words that I don't even understand. All these zeits and zings and all these sort of things. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe we should get her into town first before she gets far too excited about going off to rocky places. She's not been, has she?
No, it feels like we've had a heavy week of on shift, off shift, on shift, off shift, looking after people.
Yeah.
A night might do people good, but you should really talk to Soraya. Soraya, maybe, and Stefan as well. They're management now, after all.
They are management. Have you noticed how after a wobbly few days, the last couple of days, they've been really strict again. They've been really good. Have you noticed? They're well professional. I respect them again now. I wasn't sure a few days ago, but they've been very good.
Respect is a strong word. And he grins a little.
Cross says, okay, anyway, come on, let's go. She picks up the sash that was in his bag. Why are you not wearing your sash? This feels like a good day for the sash. Why are you shoving it in there all crumpled? You've earned this sash.
It's only crumpled because you threw out all my clothes and crumpled everything up.
Come on, this is a day of celebration.
I'll finish packing. You go, and I'll think about the sash.
She sort of eyes him. Okay, and she scampers out to pack her stuff, throw her laptop into the bag and whatever she's got into her backpacks and things.
And Agnar continues to meticulously fold up anything he has that's foldable. Pack his belongings.
Okay. And other members of the party?
I don't know if Sarah would be doing too much. Sarah would be. I guess Sarah and Stefan are probably having a leadership meeting then.
Possibly, yes. Since they nominated themselves to be, the leaders.
I like to think we're cutting to them in one of the sort of the cross keys up on a higher level.
Okay. Yep.
Finishing what looks like a very serious team leadership meeting. That's what I was saying, and that's why I think that on the whole, I think we could probably increase team productivity by 6.5% over the next month. Do you feel that's reasonable, Stefan?
Seems a very very round number, if I'm honest. I mean, if you said 6.6, I think the team would buy into it a bit more.
Yeah,
You know, it would drive them a bit more to reach that.
I think 6.5 is too forced almost. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I'm not for that. 6.6%. Yeah, I think that's achievable. How are you feeling anyway after being such close friends with the diaspora? They don't seem to have talked to you so much the last couple of days.
I mean, close friends is they're a weird bunch. They've got their ways, as we all do, obviously, you know. But I feel all right. I tell you what's worse is I'm a bit achy from that ski session. I mean, it was nice to have the whole slope to myself, but
we couldn't get you off.
I think I pulled something in my back.
How many times did you go up and down in those 8 hours just by yourself?
I lost count.
Oh my God. I'm glad they left the brunch table there though. I could just sit there filling my face watching you. And you didn't fall over too many times considering.
No. Especially considering all the brunch I've eaten.
What did those young women say to you about your suit? They were saying something about it being so red or something.
I couldn't hear. I was going too fast at the time.
Cara promises it's very
off a red shift.
I guess if Cara says it's very fashionable as a suit, I'm sure it's very fashionable. If anyone knows fashion, it's her.
Exactly. If anyone on the crew knows anything about fashion, it's definitely Cara. I trust her.
So do you have any plans when we get back to Giikur? Is there anything you're looking forward to we can put into our itinerary? I feel like we could spend a few days, or hopefully, who knows? I know there's that Pelago race going on, but that's for Ragnar, surely. Are you interested in that? Something else?
I mean, it sounds quite exciting. I'd quite like to. It's quite a long